Welcome to ONTV News. I'm Ian Locke. Let's get to our top story. The football playoffs are here, and the Dragons drew a favorable sight for their first-round matchup against Walled Lake Central right here at home. Many thought that the Dragons might end up on the road for the first round, but good luck and a higher MHSAA season point total set the Dragons up for a home battle against the 6-3 Vikings on Friday, October 28th. The Dragons are coming off a loss to crosstown rival Clarkston on Friday, October 21st, and are looking to get back to their winning ways in this one-and-done tournament. ONTV will be at the game covering all of the action with our football crew, and we'll have the game for you on Thursday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. right here on ONTV. We'll have more on the playoff picture later in sports. The Lake Orion School District launched a new anti-bullying campaign. Oakview Middle School began implementing an internationally recognized anti-bullying program last year. LOHS and Pine Tree Elementary are launching this school year, with the remainder of the school district to follow suit next year. The focus on anti-bullying in schools has taken off over the past couple of years. Lake Orion is hoping to be proactive in giving kids at all grade levels the tools and support system to work through this issue. This new system, entitled OVICE, was introduced at the LO School Board meeting on October 12th.
There's no doubt that we as a school district play a large role in the development and implementation and maintenance of this important program. However, the involvement of our parents and entire community is absolutely critical in this endeavor. And I am proud to say that we have several stakeholders that have already made a commitment to this district initiative. In fact, some of them are here joining us this evening. As I mentioned, we are partnering with the Lake Orion Education Foundation, and Matt Phillips is here on behalf of the foundation tonight, and he will speak with you in a little bit. Also helping us lead the charge is the Lake Orion Rotary, who Catherine May is joining us this evening. I am working with the Rotary to actually write a grant to get one of our trainers trained. Further supporting our efforts is the Lake Orion Village Police Department. We have with us tonight Officer Seitz, Officer Myers, you can go ahead and write, and then Chief Jerry Narsh. And I know that Chief Narsh wanted to say just a couple things too. In addition, I want to make it known that Sagebrush Cantina has made a very generous donation to help ensure that this program begin implementation district-wide.
Here are some of the topics covered to help students. They learned what is bullying, what they can do to beat it, and the program's 4 rules. Do not bully, help others who are bullied, include others who may be excluded, and inform adults of bullying situations. School board officials were impressed with all who made this program a reality in LO, but reiterated that a total effort put in by teachers, administrators, and also parents is needed for the program to really take off and be successful. We all know Halloween is right around the corner, but some young trick-or-treaters got an early jump on the holiday fun. The annual Lake Orion Halloween Parade took place on Saturday, October 22nd. With terrific weather and horrifying costumes, the event was bigger than ever. Kids paraded through downtown Lake Orion and stopped over at local businesses for treats. They made their way through town to Children's Park for a Halloween dance party. There was also a creepy reptile house for all to tour. Kids and parents both had a ball during this dress rehearsal for October 31st. For those of you staying close to home for trick-or-treating fun, Orion Township and the Village of Lake Orion have trick-or-treating from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. If you're looking to Oxford for treats, their hours for trick-or-treating are from 6 p.m. to 7:30 in the village and township. We hope you all have a safe and fun time on Halloween. Here's a little trivia for you Halloween fans out there. Did you know that Halloween is second only to Christmas in spending on decorations? Total spending is projected to be around $6.8 billion for costumes, candy, and decorations. Just costumes alone total $1 billion, up from $840 million just a year ago. The average person will spend roughly $73 on Halloween goodies. Coming up after this timeout, we'll have our experts panel. This week we have proper car battery care from our experts. This is ONTV News.
ONTV on the web? How cool is that? Just surf on over to www.orionontv.org to watch your favorite on-TV show. A service of Orion Neighborhood Television.
Video classes are now enrolling. Reserve your seat today. Call 248-693-3377. Studio and field production classes are available. Learn how to make your own television program and learn the basics of television production. Call 248-693-3377. A service of Orion Neighborhood Television.
Summer, what do you like about fall?
I like when the leaves fall down from the trees.
I like Halloween. Hello.
I like that it's warm weather and it's always fun to play with friends.
The colorful leaves. I don't
Do you like
know.
Halloween?
Yeah.
That you get... Do you like Halloween? Yeah. Why do you like fall?
Because it's a little bit cooler out and I don't sweat as much.
Because I like the breeze and I like the colorful leaves.
The leaves.
Leaves?
What do you like, Doc? Halloween, huh?
Halloween. Bye. Well, I'd have to say probably Halloween and watching America's Got Talent, which is going on in Detroit on October 24th.
Welcome back. Our experts panel is up next, and we have our local auto experts in to give us some tips on proper battery care for our cars.
Hi again, everyone. My name is Dean. I'm the store manager at the O'Reilly here in Lake Orion on Broadway. With me today is Paul Dunn from AutoWorks in Oxford at 24 and Drainer. And today we'd like to do a little talk about batteries. This time of the year is especially hard on your car battery, and so it's kind of important for you to look at your battery, understand what you need to do to make sure that you're safe through the winter with regards to your battery. So Paul, can you tell me how critical is a good battery for your car?
Well, without a good battery for your car, Dean, your car is definitely not going to start. Even a marginal battery can prevent you from starting in the winter months. There's a couple things that you want to watch for on a battery that tells you how good a shape your battery's in. Around the terminal areas, which these covers are on for storage purposes, but you'll get corrosion, green, kind of fuzzy material, kind of looks like cotton fuzz.
Right.
Or colored cotton fuzz, which would be green. Some batteries also have top posts, which have more exposed surface, and they recommend using these terminal protection rings, or you can use dielectric grease or a spray type protection material that protects it from corroding. One of the things you want to watch for other than corroded terminals and poor connections, which poor connections you can tell by basically by grabbing the cable itself and checking for looseness. If it feels loose to your hand, it's definitely too loose to be driving around with that way. Another thing you want to watch for is leaking cases. It can do a lot of damage to your car if you got a battery that's leaking or that has boiled over. And again, you'll see signs of that because your battery will be wet, which the battery should never look wet. And if it does look wet, it's because it's probably leaking. Always look around the terminal areas and on the top post around the top of the terminals to look for water leaking out, what looks like water, when actually what it is battery acid. Another thing is a bulged battery case. If it looks like it's swollen, doesn't look like it's got nice square sides to it, it may mean that the battery froze at one time, Dean.
Wow. Okay, and that's definitely dangerous then.
Oh, absolutely. You never want to you never want to attempt to jump start or charge a frozen battery, by the way.
You know, that brings up a good question. If you need to jump start a car, is there an approved method to doing it?
Well, first of all, yeah, you should be wearing safety glasses. And take it from me, Dean, I've had one explode on me in the past, more than once. We have a pair of safety glasses available. If it's an emergency situation and you're on the side of the road, I definitely recommend, as you're making your final connection, to turn your face away from the battery. If you're stuck on the side of the road in an emergency situation, if you don't feel that you're confident in doing it, call a tow truck.
Oh, that's a good point. And one other thing, I heard that it's not safe to smoke around the battery too.
Absolutely not. There should be no open flames or ambers or any ignition sources close to the battery. And that brings up a point, Dean, when you go to jump start a battery or when you go to charge a battery, you should always connect the positive first and the negative last. Reason being, Dean, is that it's less likely to spark on the negative side of the battery when making the connection.
So you disconnect the positive first, then the negative, and then you reconnect the positive, and then the negative.
Negative, correct.
Okay, in that order.
Absolutely.
All right, great. I see on the battery it expresses cranking amps. What does a cranking amp mean?
Well, actually, there's two ratings on top of the battery, Dean. There's a cold cranking amp rating and a cranking amp rating. The cranking amp rating is at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The cold cranking amp is at 0 Fahrenheit, which I don't know what that comes out into Celsius, but one is at freezing and one is at 0, which is 32 degrees below freezing.
Pretty cold.
Pretty cold, Dean. And the higher the cranking amp, cold cranking amp and cranking amp, the better the battery as far as starting you in a cold situation or in freezing temps.
Well, if it becomes evident that I need to have a battery replaced, what do I look for when it comes time to buy that replacement battery?
Well, there's a lot of options on batteries. There's different types of batteries. You have lead acid batteries. You have the new AGC and gel cell batteries. There's quite a few decisions to make, so always go see a professional. And if price is a factor, that's another reason to go see a professional, because he can recommend the correct battery application for your needs.
All right, because batteries come in a variety of sizes to fit a variety of applications. Paul, what would you say the average life of a battery is?
Well, most manufacturers offer 3 to 6 year warranties on the batteries, and that's probably industry average, and that's probably the lifespan of the batteries, between 3 and 6 years, depending on the quality of the battery.
Okay. I've noticed that some cars have batteries located underneath the seat. Some have it in the fender well, and some have them up front underneath maybe a strut brace. Batteries look like they're pretty tough to change for the average person these days, so I would recommend, or I would guess you would recommend, that they come to the shop to get that done.
Absolutely, Dean, because for one thing, some of the batteries that are installed inside vehicles, like on some of the Buick vehicles, they're mounted underneath the seats. There's a special vent tube and other things that you got to make sure that you take care of, because they can be dangerous. They're inside that passenger compartment with you.
All right. Well, this has been a few tips and a little bit of advice on battery care and preventative maintenance and battery replacement. Hope you put it to good use. Make sure that you're safe and always get a good start in the morning. Thanks for watching. This has been Dean here from O'Reilly Auto Parts in Lake Orion, and
Paul Dunn from Auto Works in Oxford on Drainer and 24.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you'd like to view this and other experts panels, head on over to our YouTube page, keyword Orion on TV. We'd like to congratulate Waldon Middle School teacher John Gray, who was recently recognized with a prestigious award. He was awarded the Julian Smith Outdoor Education Award for 2011. The honor is given by the Michigan Alliance for Environmental and Outdoor Education and named after the former Michigan State University faculty member who pioneered outdoor education in the 50s and 60s. The Orion Arts Center is inviting local member artists to participate in the 11th Annual Holiday Market December 1st through the 22nd at Diamond Dave's Creative Jewelers on Lapeer Road. The Artists Market will feature handmade pottery, jewelry, paintings, photography, textiles, and woodwork. Contact the Orion Arts Center at 248-693-4986 or visit their webpage at orionartscenter.org for more information. Before we head to break, here's our community calendar events. This is ONTV News.
bunch of leaves falling, and also this is happening. There's like barn days at Friendship Park. A lot of things are going on. The apple orchard, school starts. It's really cool.
What I love about fall is the nice cool weather, because it's always hot during the summer, and during the fall it's just nice to get cooled down, and it's fun to play in the leaves when they fall.
I like jumping in the leaves and playing with my friends. I like jumping in the leaves too, and I like spending with my family. I like going on my monkey bars, and I usually like to jump in the leaves in a really big pile. I like to go salmon fishing.
This is you, and this is your community. You have a great idea, but how do you get that idea to your community? ONTV has your answer. You see, ONTV is a part of your community. We help you get your idea on cable, so everyone you know will learn about your great idea. So, what are you waiting for? Get your idea on cable and into your community. Get your idea on TV. Welcome back. Well, if you're a regular viewer of ONTV News, you know that we'll be moving to our new facility at the Orion Center on Joslyn Road. Well, we had our first big step in our move happen this week. Our studio lighting grid was dismantled and transported over to its new home in the brand new studio space. It's just the first step in ONTV's move to the Orion Center, but an exciting one. We'll keep you all posted as the move progresses. Here's a quick update on how the Dragon Marching Band did last weekend competing in Clarkston. The Dragons competed against 5 other high school bands at this Michigan Competitive Band Association event. The Dragons performed their 2011 Femme Fatale show and shot to the top of the podium with a score of 86.10. The state band competition is held at Ford Field on November 5th, with the top 12 bands invited to perform. As it stands now, the Dragon Band is currently seated first in the state standings in their flight, with one more competition to go. Each band's qualifying scores are averaged over their 2 top performances. Congratulations to the Dragon Marching Band on a strong performance at Clarkston. Now on to sports. The Dragon Boys cross-country team competed in the final OAA Red Division Jamboree on October 20th. LO Crews passed the competition to win the event held at Bloomer Park. Top performers for LO were TJ Carey, who took the top spot at 16:19, just edging out William Yao from Troy, who came in at 16:21. David Diaz took 7th for LO in a time of 17:04. The Yellow Girls were also at the final OA Red Jamboree and finished 7th overall ahead of Rochester's Stony Creek. The LO varsity volleyball team was in action last Thursday, looking to bounce back from their heartbreaking loss to Clarkston 2 days earlier. The Dragons took their frustrations out on North Farmington on the road and winning in 4 games, 25-11, 11-25, 25-15, and 25-18. The Dragons' record improves to 38-11 on the season. Sophie Murdoch had 16 kills and Angela Ledon had 9 kills and 4 blocks for Lake Orion. The Instant Classic volleyball match between Lake Orion and Clarkston is currently running on public access Comcast Channel 10 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it. The Dragon football team fell on the road last Friday, October 21st, to Clarkston, 38-31 in heartbreaking fashion. Dragons held the lead for most of the game until Clarkston came roaring back in the 4th quarter. With a 31-21 4th quarter lead, most Dragon fans thought this one was in the bag. Well, we all know, though, that this is a rivalry game, and Clarkston needed a win to get into the postseason, while the Dragons had their ticket punched weeks ago. Well, Clarkston put on a show for the home crowd with 17 unanswered points to take the win. The drama unfolded late in the 4th when the Dragons were pushing for the go-ahead score, tied 31-all. The drive stalled out of field goal range, and the Dragons tried to convert on 4th down, but did not make it. The Wolves took over on downs, and 3 plays later, with under a minute to go, scored on a QB keeper up the middle, propelling the Wolves to the win and the postseason. Dragons fall 38-31. We have the first round playoff brackets from the MHSAA, and the Dragons managed to pull off a home tilt against Walled Lake Central. So here are the scenarios. Lake Orion and Walled Lake Central Friday at Dragon Stadium, 7 p.m. If the Dragons win that game, they will take on the winner of Clarkston and Pontiac. If Pontiac upsets Clarkston and LO beats Walled Lake Central, our boys will be home for the following week against Pontiac. If Clarkston beats Pontiac and we beat Walled Lake Central, the Dragons will be on the road for a rematch with a season finale against Clarkston. Here's some of the matchups in the first round. Oxford hosts Rochester Adams. Troy Athens hosts Romeo. The top seed in the state in Division I is Rockford, who will host Holland West Ottawa. ONTV will bring you the Walled Lake Central versus the Dragons pre-district matchup, which will air on Public Access Channel 10, AT&T U-verse Channel 99, starting on Thursday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. ONTV, your home for Dragon sports. That's all for this edition of ONTV News. Be sure to check us out on our YouTube page and Facebook to keep tabs on what's happening with ONTV. For the crew here at ONTV, I'm Ian Locke, and we'll see you next time. If you have a story you would like seen on ONTV, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or drop us an email at ontv@orionontv.org. If you have a story you would like seen on ONTV, give us a call at 248-693-3377 or send us an email at ontv@orionontv.org.